We're living in a world where there are more problems than solutions. A raging pandemic, climate change, aging, cyber breaches. The list goes on. My name is Ching Shu Yi, and in this series, I and fellow millennial Jermaine Tan will be meeting people our age who think they've got the answer to these problems.
Let's do it!
Singapore is a nation of overachievers. We take pride in being the first and the fastest. You can even say that we specialize in making the impossible possible. But despite all our successes, there's one challenge we've never been able to overcome. So my mission impossible is to discover how to stop aging. But can we really beat the race against time?
I'm embarking on a quest to find the famed elixir of youth, or something like it anyway. I'm going to get up close and personal with trailblazers from my generation. I'll play some mind games, take a walk on the wild side,
Feels like I'm on the moon.
and immerse myself in a whole new world.
They actually improve from 50% to 300% faster.
But can I discover how to get older without turning old? According to a recent government review, by 2030, 1 in 4 Singaporeans will be aged 65 and above. But as our life expectancy increases, we'll be at greater risk of chronic diseases, cognitive decline, and depression.
So the big question is, what can we do about aging?
The way we look is often a reflection of the times we've lived in. But could it also affect the rate at which we age?
What do you see yourself wearing when you hit old age?
Flowery, colorful. I think you care less on the fashion.
Because older, a bit hard to move already.
Do you think that the clothes you wear affect how we age?
I think it will affect. Because if you dress young means like you'll feel young.
Growing old really doesn't mean that you need to forsake your style preferences, the liberty to dress yourself comfortably.
Elissa Lim is the brains behind fashion brand Will & Well, which designs for people with all kinds of special needs.
Oh wow, there's so many magnets. They're pockets. Dresses with pockets are the best thing on earth.
This series was actually inspired by a project with FCTV. In Singapore, UV rays are very strong, which also will accelerate aging.
It took a chance encounter with a doctor acquaintance for Elissa to really understand the difference she could make with her clothes.
An elderly, she was just saying, there's nobody at home to pull that zip up for me. As a designer, it's pretty obvious that the zip can just move to the front. A lot of our pieces are worn by people of our age, and also like an 80-year-old-ish uncle would wear the same pants. When you are 80 years old but look like you're 60 years old, you would naturally behave differently and feel different about yourself. It's so empowering, right?
Elissa believes that clothes are also symbols of independence, self-esteem, and dignity. That sentiment is something her new collection, Adaptable, fully embraces.
Adaptable really reflects the environment that we all went through in 2020, about adapting from one environment to another environment, and so we reflected that in our dressing solutions. This is an arm sling bag, and when you heel up, you can swap it into a bag.
Oh wow, that is pretty amazing.
Comfort and convenience aside, Elissa's clothes allow the elderly like Amoy and Ahin to express themselves as they truly are, instead of what society expects of them.
She was saying the clothes that other people buy for her are bright colors, but actually she personally like very muted colors. They feel like they don't have the capability to choose anymore.
This is the whole like stereotype, right? I should know that I'm old, I should dress old. That is quite bizarre to me, honestly. Yeah, very nice.
如果你感觉到自己我还是可以穿的啊，你就敢穿下去，人家看了啊会把你看作很像哇这样年轻，可能会这样的感觉的。
I've got a pretty good idea of how clothes can slow down aging, but can other kinds of wearables do the same? Aaron Ramzan is the hotshot product and quality manager who created Kimia, a wearable device that's raising rates of recovery for knee surgery patients since 2018.
The Kimia device collects your range of movement, basically your joint angles, to determine the condition of your knee.
Kimia can be used on land and also in water.
Okay. Wow. Feels like I'm on the moon.
The real-time tracking allows for swift responses to any changes in the patient's condition.
When people age, they develop a musculoskeletal condition called osteoarthritis, which is basically extreme pain at the joint. So 40% of people who suffer from this condition suffer it in their knee joint. If we allow the problem to persist, even simple activities like walking, standing or sitting could become impossible due to the extreme pain. Because of this, they tend to set up psychological barriers that prevent them from doing physical activities. This actually accelerates aging.
Our knees are the most taxed joint in the human body, feeling the force of up to 8 times our body weight per step. Though they're designed to take millions of steps, all this pressure takes its toll. According to a survey by the Duke NUS Medical School and Ministry of Health, joint pain has consistently ranked in Singapore's top 4 chronic health conditions among the elderly over the past 2 decades, impacting 1 in 5 people aged 65 and over. To motivate patients to keep doing their rehab exercises, the team has developed a game to be used with Kimia.
It takes you through the journey of a pirate's dream of reaching his treasure.
Yes, I've always wanted to be a pirate.
It helps to distract them from the pain. So
Oh
stop.
no, too high!
Yeah, too high. So you don't bend too much.
As patients keep on doing this at home, they recover a lot faster. It frees up a lot more space in the hospital, and it's a win-win for everyone.
Yay! Hey, I got 400 points now. Can I buy something with that?
For my reward, Aaron has another innovation he wants me to test.
Okay.
This gait assessment device collects information from the way we walk.
Gait has been dubbed as the 6th vital sign of the body. It can reveal if you might have Parkinson's, possible stroke, and even possible lower limb injuries.
What did the results tell you about my walking style?
We look at foot clearance, the height at which they lift their foot away from the ground. So yours is around 5 centimeters, is the average height, which means that you're good. This report can be a preventive measure for patients who might have a certain susceptibility to falling down. For example, stroke or Parkinson's patients, if they drag their feet too much. We are able to track their recovery and take certain measures against it.
Since COVID-19 hit, more and more tests normally conducted in a hospital have been adapted to be done at home. And with the pandemic expected to last 4 to 5 more years, making tech like Kimia's knee sensor and gait assessment device accessible to everyone is more important than ever before.
Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Prem.
Hello.
But how does it all fit into the grand scheme of slowing down aging?
It used to be we accepted aging as a natural phenomenon, but now we actually consider aging to be a disease. So we have numbers now on the joints, the spine, the elbow, the shoulder, the knee. We can actually find out how do different groups of people age. There's going to be a tremendous impact on aging with all this sensor technology.
But that reminds me of the other aspect of getting old. Can my little grey cells help me crack the case against aging?
I'm 27 years old and my mental dexterity and my ability to recall should be at its peak. 吃. But it's all downhill from here. My cognitive speed will slow down 15% every 15 years that I age. Oh.
But here's the tricky part. Not everyone's brain ages at the same rate. And those people whose brain age faster than their bodies have shorter life expectancies. And they're more likely to be in worse mental and physical health. But I guess I don't have to worry about that yet though.
Who?
Or do I? Researchers have recently discovered that frequent playing of analog games can improve mental agility and keep us sharp. Hi!
Hello!
And that's something Crystal Goh, co-founder of social enterprise Play Hua He, certainly believes in.
Treasure. Yes! What's this one? Oh.
3 to 4 years ago, my grandma was starting to show some cognitive decline. There was some short-term memory loss. She got a bit angry, a bit aggressive. We were looking for different ways to engage her at home. And when we tried to look for material online, what we can find is very Western or very kiddie.
Wait.
Stay.
Crystal decided to create illustrations of local food and heritage items to engage her grandmother in conversation. And it worked! Then Crystal started to think about incorporating the drawings into a card game that they could both enjoy.
My grandma, if I give her like a set of worksheets to do, it's not something that she will do. I have to be actively involved in it because that's what she wants. I saw that there was some improvement. It was able to engage her. Then I brought it to a nursing home with seniors with moderate to severe dementia.
Encouraged by the positive feedback, Crystal started producing sets of the card game and selling it online.
The response has been pretty good. So if you talk to like therapists or you talk to like hospitals, nursing homes, a lot of them are using the cards.
Dementia is one of the biggest threats to Singapore's aging population. 1 in 10 of our seniors over 60 years old have dementia. It can strike anyone down, rich or poor, unhealthy, or super fit.
The bad news is there's no cure for dementia. But the good news is we can reduce the chances of it striking us. And we do that by keeping our brain stimulated. Hello! Hi! Hey!
Cassandra Sia has taken the game to combat dementia one step further by using 4 different textures and 6 different colors in her cards.
Matchling focuses on the sense of touch and cognition. We start off by identifying matching colours and textures and then getting them to remember the location of colours and textures. Since you guys are youths, we will be ramping up the number of items that you need to recall. Are you guys ready? Yes. Your opponent today is Darren from a tech startup.
Okay, don't forget that I'm an actor who specializes in memorizing lines.
So where is the orange bumpy texture, Darren? Shu Yi, where is the purple rough texture? I started matchling because of my grandpa. He used to be a bus driver. Everywhere, he would instantly know how to go there. And for him to actually forget how to come home, a home that he had lived in for the past 50 years, that was very shocking for all of us. And we needed to do something to help him.
It took 2 years of research and development before Cassandra launched MatchLink's first prototype in 2019.
We actually tested it out within the hospital. The seniors as well as the volunteers, they actually quite enjoy the game, especially when they use it in a group setting.
The elder care sector have seen growing interest from millennials who are using their own innovative and creative recipes to address the aging challenges beyond mere rehabilitation for the elderly.
Shu Yi, where is the purple rough texture?
Are you sure?
The brain can usually hold around 7 pieces of information. For seniors, we generally use at most 5 blocks.
Actually, when you flip, the shapes kind of do change. And at the start, I actually doubted myself. This is blue bumpy. This is blue rough.
Darren has 5 points and Shu Yi has 6 points.
Yes! I win!
But Cassandra was not satisfied with using just brain power alone. She had an idea for a new tool against aging, called SenseLink, that would involve several of our 5 senses at one go.
What's this one?
Peppermint. Multisensory stimulation, it has been proven to improve quality of life for seniors with dementia, together with cognitive and motor skills. What you can see Uncle doing here is he's actually looking at the different items and sorting them based on the textures. Each of these 3 branches actually provides a different pitch.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a musical instrument. We try to create a holistic environment to engage them.
Right now, MatchLink and SenseLink are used mainly in hospitals and nursing homes, with the potential for far more widespread use. After all, we should be protecting our mental agility regardless of our age. But there's a game that's using the very best technology has to offer. From roller coaster rides to Google Earth, virtual reality is the next big thing in entertainment. But when it comes to stopping aging, is VR more than just a fantasy? In this time of COVID-19, restrictions on travel and social interaction have allowed VR to take center stage. But despite the tech being the perfect antidote to lockdown living, it's still considered a young person's game. Until now.
Search mode activated. Commence search. Target acquired.
Hello, I'm Shu Yi. Hi!
Jennifer Zhang is the founder of Dancing Mind. Her mission is to make digital therapy affordable so that people of all ages get to enjoy the therapeutic benefits of VR games and activities.
This is our virtual reality headset that we usually use with the seniors.
Each module has 15 applications with activities for physiotherapy, cognitive health, and emotional well-being.
The acute lack of healthcare professional like therapists, almost no elder-centric, low labor intensity products that can stimulate them 24/7, something that is portable, that really inspired us to do this.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh. Coming at me! Oh my god! Hey,
great!
My accuracy is
your accuracy.
70%.
It's very good.
As someone who grew up in the digital age, Jennifer believes that technology holds the key to solving many of the problems faced by the elderly.
This will give a lot of the seniors some ideas on what to cook and what to eat.
Okay, he has a cheat day.
Yes.
A cappuccino. You know, for dessert, amazing. Let's go chicken chop, my favorite. I love chicken chops. Oh, I'm so sorry!
So it tells you that the bird is too heavy and as a result it can't fly anymore.
I failed you, Bindi! So how does looking at a virtual world through a headset provide therapy or even help with memory loss?
It's actually been shown that a 3D environment versus a 2D environment actually increases memory retention. Interacting with the scenery a lot, moving your hands a lot, motivates them to do more movements. They feel like they can make a bigger impact than they could in the past. They will feel empowered to translate this to the real life.
In recent years, virtual reality has been making waves in the healthcare industry. I mean, with VR, users can pretty much go anywhere, do anything, all without even leaving their room. Senior citizens were among the hardest hit after the circuit breaker kicked in. the enforced isolation saw a 4% drop in their social satisfaction within just 6 months.
Therapists themselves are very worried about this decrease. They say that this can actually exacerbate some of their symptoms. So after they tried this, it helped their sleep quality, it put them on a positive cycle. They feel inspired by some of the ideas that they've done in the application to do things like cooking and cleaning up the house.
Studies show 1 in 3 Singaporeans don't get enough physical exercise. We're spending more time on our computers and devices and lazing on the couch, which is bad news. It's accelerating our aging. To make sure that elderly users stay stimulated and remain engaged, Jennifer and her team are conducting an elderly focus group to get some input on their new festivities module.
The basic one that we have put in is the experience of decorating the Christmas tree. And then for the New Year's festivities, we have added things like 拜年 and like 放鞭炮.
It looks pretty easy. Yeah.
I find it easy also. I think they can handle. So it's quite interesting. Kind of colors.
In light of the recent COVID restrictions, many of these seniors are not really able to participate in social activities anymore, and so they kind of tend to retreat into themselves.
So what is the rate of cognitive improvement? Do you guys measure something like that?
Through our clinical tests, we've actually found that compared to control groups of them doing normal therapy, they actually improve anywhere from 50% to 300% faster in their cognitive level raise.
Oh wow.
漂亮啊，漂亮。
有人在你周围啦。I think what you guys are doing is quite amazing. It brightens up their mood and they're a lot more active and interacting with what is just right in front of their eyes. It's quite refreshing to see.
So it is possible to slow down aging, but we still can't put a complete halt to it. For now, that is. So here's the million-dollar question. Even if I could live forever, would I actually want to?
Singaporeans have one of the highest life expectancies in the world, but we're also spending more time in poor health compared to our previous generations. So, until we figure out how to completely stop aging, I'll just have to rely on clothes with a fun twist, smart wearable devices, and brain-teasing games.
I failed you, Bindi.
Stay young at heart and keep moving.